What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for everybody who has shown support today. I know my last video there was a doozy. It was a bit emotional, and I, um, what a day! What a day! I honestly feel like shit, but I think it's mostly just tired. So I want to talk a little bit about what happened to me today and just the treatments that I'm going to be going through now that I've received this diagnosis of multiple systemic infectious disease syndrome. Um, so yeah, I found out why I'm falling apart. Basically, then found out why I've been falling apart for the past, many years, 7 years at least. It's been like, but honestly, it feels like it started a lot way before that. I learned a lot today about infectious diseases, particularly Lyme disease, and what Lyme can do to the mind and to the body. Um, it's a real shame that so many people suffer from this illness. And in America, they tell us that it's incurable. Lyme is considered incurable, particularly in the advanced stages that I have it. So, um, doctors told me today that if this was to continue to go on untreated, that I surely would have died. That this would have continued into full out organ like failure, where like my organs like stop working completely, um, and I would have died. And I've seen like recently like my skin's been getting like weird shades of just like off color and just like it just not. I mean, it's like so obvious that like my that I'm really not well, and it's at the stage now where doctors have said that antibiotics would do no good, and here's why. Um, it would go in, and they might start trying, killing some of the bacteria in my body, but my immune system is so compromised right now that the antibiotics would just honestly wreak havoc and make things a lot worse. So I know a lot of you guys were asking in the previous video, what is the plan? What do I plan on doing, or what do they plan on doing? How can they treat this? So um, this is basically what they have to do. They have to clean my blood, and then they have to restore my body, restore the damage that's been done. So all of these little bacterias that my consultation file video was huge. So I'm not going to be able to just like post that from my phone. I'm probably going to have to get back to my home office and upload it and edit it and all that. Put it into a comprehensive thing. But it was like a 45-minute long video where they're actually looking. I have video of like when of my blood cells where you can see the little squiggly things in my blood cells that the doctor zoomed in, and you see the clumps of blood cells, and in the middle of the blood cell or this little squiggly line, he says, "You see that little squiggly thing in the cell?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That's not supposed to be there." So they got to get rid of all that, and it's going to be a process. This is probably going to be something that I will end up probably having to treat for many years, if not the rest of my life, at least to stay on top of it. But in theory, here, right? If we can clean the blood and then restore the damaged tissue, because these little bacteria in my blood cells have basically been feeding on my connective tissue and my cartilage and my collagen. That's what they like to eat. These little bacterias, Lyme. I'm just gonna start saying Lyme, guys. I don't know if it's Lyme. They don't know if it's Lyme. They don't really even like Lyme is one of hundreds of known pathogenic bacterias that can, present themselves in multiple different ways. But this is why the new term and the leading edge, the cutting edge of technology, which surely cannot exist here in Tijuana, Mexico, because how could anything cutting edge be happening in Tijuana, Mexico? Well, in the cutting edge of medical treatment in Tijuana, Mexico, they are calling this this syndrome multiple systematic infectious disease syndrome. It's a new thing. It's a new term that is now being used to basically describe what happens when you're like me and you have picked up pathogens and bacterias along the way of your life's journey, and it has advanced to the stage that it is now. So these bacteria have been eating away at all of the collagen and the connective tissues in my joints, and excreting toxins that have been causing my organs to have just lots of dysfunction and failure. My organs are essentially failing. I mean, they are failing to do what they are supposed to do. My poop is not good. It hasn't been for a long time. Sometimes it's bloody. Sometimes it is exactly what I ate, completely indigested. Sometimes it's loose. It's very rarely, long, tight, and brown like it's supposed to be. I've been having heart issues. I've been having lung issues. I've been having liver issues, kidney issues, and that's all because these bacterias that are literally feeding on the fucking collagen and cartilage in my body are essentially excreting toxins into my bloodstream and poisoning me. So antibiotics right now is going to make me more sick. The doctors told me that, and I have no trouble believing them, because every medication that they've ever given me has only ever made me more sick. It's one of these things where, so apparently about I don't even know now, 5 years ago now, Anya had Lyme's disease, right? And her body reacted with the rash, with the bullseye rashes, and they were able to get on top of it, knock it out with amoxicillin. And apparently, if you catch Lyme's disease early enough in its treatment, and then this is the other part, if your immune system is healthy enough, it will fight the infection and basically let you know that there's something up, right? That's what the rashes are. That's your immune system being like, hey, there's something's not right. Okay. Well, in my case, after decades of psychological trauma and living a life that no child should ever have to live, I've convinced myself that living in pain and living in disease is normal. And the doctors have told me that this goes back way, way back to when I was a child. The programs, remember, I'm always talking about these programs, right? The programs that are put into your head, and how they're going to allow you to, just convince yourself that you're okay when you're not. So, I don't know this for sure. I'm taking a stab at guessing what happened here. I think there's a real good chance that Anya and I actually got Lyme disease around the same time, because I remember that we went camping at one point. We were camping and at an area. We were at a festival. We were at a music festival camping, and it was in an area, and I seem to remember that weekend that we both got ticked by. There were ticks. There were ticks, and I can't even remember where. I think it was somewhere up in the foothills of the Adirondacks, or was it Liberty Fest? I can't remember, but somewhere up in the hills of Pennsylvania, and we both got like sick, but like she presented the rash, um, and tested positive for Lyme. They tested me for Lyme at the same time, and I tested negative for Lyme, which I was told today happens all the time. Actually, I mean, I was told that before, but I was told today why that happens all the time. The immune system literally doesn't even acknowledge that there's an issue, because the psychological programming has convinced me to believe that whatever it is that I'm experiencing must be all in my head. And I'm fine. And that I must be fine. And that, like, I must be crazy. I must really be crazy. I must really actually be crazy, because nobody is believing the amount of pain that I'm in. And why am I in this much pain? Am I really in this much pain? I must be in this much pain. So, anyway, so let me tell you what happened to me today. After the last video, I had an absolute and utter breakdown. Like, I literally dropped to my knees in the middle of the restaurante on top of the medical center, and wept, and I cried, and I had people come around me and hug me and put their hands on me and say it's going to be okay. And I was taken immediately back to the treatment rooms, and I said, wait, I was like, wait, I haven't paid. I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford this. I don't know if I'm going to be. And they said, Oliver, you need to come with us now. You need to come with us now because you are very sick, sir. You are very sick. I mean, I felt sick. Sure felt sick. I've felt sick for a long time. They said, you are very sick, sir. You need to come with us now. So they rushed me into treatment. They stuck me. I was a fucking pincushion today. They got an IV in me, and they hit me first with, ready for this, hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide was the first thing that they hit me with, and then what they did was they removed. I don't know. It looked to be about a quart of blood. As they were doing this, I started getting, you know what I mean? So they hooked me up to oxygen, and they took that quart of blood, and when they removed the quart of blood, it looked like motor oil. It looked like sludge. It honestly did. It looked like sludge. And they were taking it out in this big syringe, and like it didn't even look like blood. It looked almost black. And what they did was they infused my blood with ozone. Okay? Ozone, the very same stuff that like protects our great Mother Earth, our great planet. They basically, it's like three molecules of oxygen that get bonded together naturally by UV light. That's what happens up in the ozone layer. The sun reacts with the oxygen in the atmosphere and creates this barrier of ozone, of three oxygen molecules bonded together to create a substance, a gas called ozone, that is highly antibacterial, kills viruses, kills bacteria, and restores oxygenates the blood. So they had this quart of blood, and like I'm like woo, I'm like in and out of consciousness as this is happening, right? And but I remember looking up at this at the motor sludge of my blood, and they started infusing it with this ozone, right? And I literally watched my blood come to life. It went from this dark, sludgy consistency to what you would expect blood should look like bright red, you know what I mean, like viscous, like you know what I mean, like what blood should look like. So the blood came back to life, and then they put it back in my body, and then they also gave me like a bunch of like glutamine and just a bunch of nutrients that were good for the blood, right? And I tell you, like all the way up to and from this, like I mean, I've said this countless times now. Like I feel like I'm gonna die. I feel like death. I feel like I'm dying. I feel like I'm not. Well, turns out I was right. Not all in my head. Actually experiencing these symptoms as my organs were like failing and fucking my joints being eaten alive, literally by bacteria. But as soon as this oxygenated, rich blood went back into my body, I felt better than I had felt in literally years. So what they're going to do now is begin a process that I will start here and then finish, continue at home back in Pennsylvania, and then I will come back here in 4 months to receive more of these intense treatments, and then at home back at one of 2 wellness centers that I've found that are doing these types of treatments. It just costs a lot of money, but they're doing them. And essentially what they are going to do is they're going to have to clean my blood. So they're going to take, not all at once, but eventually through this cycle, they're going to take all of my blood out of my body, oxygenate it with ozone, and hit it with UV light so that it kills all of the unwanted bacteria. And the doctor said he didn't see any viruses. It was just bacteria. So I'm thankful for this, that like it's not even, and they say that Lyme's is a virus. Technically, Lyme's is not a virus. It's a bacteria. So they're going to clean my blood, put my blood back in my body, and then pump me full of stem cells to restore all of the damage that has been done. Restore basically where all of my cartilage and my collagen has been eaten away. These stem cells are going to help rebuild that. So what I learned about Lyme today is, if you catch Lyme early enough, it can be treated with antibiotics. In 4 months, when I come down here, I'm going to be bringing Anya with me, and they're going to be looking at her blood to make sure that she doesn't have any traces of the dreaded Lyme bacteria as well. And there's like a scientific name for it that I'm gonna butcher it, but it's like BAC something, bacillium, something like that. I don't know, not a doctor. Bacteria, right? And like basically, like the way that it was described to me is these bacteria, there's a whole like variety of these bacteria, and it's kind of like the races of human, right? So like they all kind of look the same, So like, is it Lyme? They say, is it Lyme disease that I have? Maybe, probably, right? But like the fact is like I have something, some sort of pathogen that like could be Lyme, or it could be like if you were picture like a human that was like instead of like a bacteria in my cell, like it'd be like a human in my cell. It's like what race is that human, right? Like does it matter? No, it doesn't. It's the there's a pathogenic bacteria that is riddled throughout your body. If not one, then multiple of them. That we're gonna have to kill and get rid of because it's quite literally eating you alive. So the antibiotic treatment for Lyme, if you catch it early enough, can be efficient, can be effective. In fact, and in fact, it can knock it out if you catch it early enough. Which I'm praying to God that we caught Anya's early enough back in the day, yeah. So now that's where we're at. So let me get my hold on. Let me get my my schedule for the next couple days here, or at least what we're going to be doing. All right, here we are. I actually have some homework to do today as well. Some homework to do tonight. It's only 7:30 here in Tijuana, Mexico. I know that it's a lot later where most of you guys are watching. But all right. So this is what's been recommended to me. These are the treatments that I'm going to be doing. Ready? Here we go. IV chelation, IV ozone, mesenchymal stem cells, PRP and cell therapy. PRP and cell therapy with ozone, neural therapy, colon hydrotherapy, rectal ozone insufflation, sinuses ozone insufflation, massage, ionic foot baths, medical pedicures, radionics, magnet therapy, infrared saunas, ozone saunas, stem cell facials, homeopathic medications, which they're going to send me home with the regimen of, and then they're going to want me to have it looks some topical stuff, like stuff that I'm going to rub onto my skin. And I've talked to people today that have that were told that they were never going to walk again, that they were in wheelchairs, and they were walking. I talked to people who had stage 4 cancer that was told that they had less than 6 months to live. They are now in full remission. I talked to people who had a full-blown Parkinson's disease, who are now like writing their names, walking and holding their hands steady. I saw children that were with severe, like, I'm sorry for the political correct, whatever, mental retardation, all right, that were like conversating and like doing good, and like their parents told me like he's doing so much better. Like you see how he's like interacting with you now. Like 6 months ago when we came here to start, like he was, you know what I mean? So and are they doing exactly what, like, is my treatments going to be the same way that they're treating a cancer patient? Like, no, not exactly. No, it is a little bit tailored. It's a little bit different for everybody who is, going to be doing their own thing. But we're talking about like treating the body on a cellular level that it's just not being done in America at all. So I have some homework to do, particularly because since they did diagnose me finally properly with the multiple systematic infectious disease syndrome, they want me to, basically let them know exactly how bad it's been. But as far as like our fundraising goes, so the total costs of these treatments, um, with travel and everything, is going to be right around $5,000. I'm sorry, without travel, not including travel, it's going to be right around $5,000 for this first round to get me back to a state of like basically stability. I don't know how long it would have taken, but like doctors told me today that I was on a path to death. And I mean, it felt good to have the doctors validate that for me, but like I didn't need the doctor to tell me that to know that. I've been feeling that. So tomorrow, I have a medical massage at 9 a.m. And then a medical pedicure that involves an ionic foot detox at 10. And then I have IV infusions at 11, IV ozone at 11:30, magnet therapies at 2:30, radionics. Magnets at 2 o'clock, radionics at 2:30. And then I get my first stem cell injection into my lower back tomorrow. So I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna be like a million times better, and then I'm just gonna continue to keep getting better and better and better and better and better. And why? Well, because I listened to my inner voice and my higher power, and I blocked the toxic radiation that spews from the people who think they know. Very angry. I'm processing a lot of anger right now, a lot of resentment towards the American medical system, and the way that we are treated in America. We are treated, not cured. And I didn't even pay these people yet, but they saw the state that I was in, and they welcomed me in with open arms and began treating me, and I am already feeling a little bit better. I got back from the medical center to my hotel room today. I could tell that my color had changed a little bit, and it even looked like maybe that even just that there was just a little bit, just a little bit of more like fullness in my face. So I'm excited to see how this all turns out. It's not going to be pleasant. I've been told this is that these treatments, at first, it has the real potential to make me kind of feel like shit. Like it's not going to feel necessarily like good, like right away. But it is going to get better soon. And I'm okay with trading a little discomfort now for a lot of feeling good later, rather than just popping a pill and feeling good immediately for just a little bit and having to pay with feeling really, really shitty later. So that's my updates, y'all, for now. It's been a day. It's been a real day, but I just want you guys to know, like, there are other ways. There are other ways, and I've made it my life mission now to share these other ways with people. I know that God's going to use all of this for good. So thank you to everybody who has supported me. It has literally meant more than I will ever be able to express. And I appreciate chlorine dioxide. Yes, Jason, I know about chlorine dioxide. Yeah, drink bleach. Don't drink bleach. Don't drink bleach, you fucking crazy Trumpers. No, literally, fuck Trump. I'm just gonna say it. Fuck Trump. Tear that fucking wall down. Open the borders. People are people. We need to treat all people equally under God. One nation under God. One world under God. And all of the people of the world. So yes, I know about chlorine dioxide, Jason. I've experimented with it before. The bleach drinkers! The bleach drinkers! We're the fucking crazy bleach drinkers. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no. I'm definitely going to be drinking some bleach when I get home. Yeah, we're going to do this thing. So, I love you guys. Thank you for everybody who's been checking, keeping tabs on this, and much, much, much more coming. Peace and love.